phase and first step is to move the general division, and that's where I am, the general division of the Greene County Common Police Court, out of 45 North Detroit Street, which I think you all probably know. That's the big clock in the middle of Xenia. Been there 125 plus years, withstood the Xenia tornado, still very, very structurally sound. And move us to a location where they're going to try to centralize everything on Dayton Xenia Road, where the old nursing home was. When it first was proposed, the commissioner at the time, he's no longer commissioner, he didn't run again, told me, the exact quote was, "Bucky, if this ever happens, it won't happen in your lifetime, I guarantee it." I said, okay, well, forward thinking, aspirational, thinking about maybe years down the road, and in my lifetime, I hope that's 2050 anyway. So I didn't think much of it. Well, that was a couple years ago. Then it kind of worked sped into the potentiality of it being maybe as soon as a year or two to when they might start. And so, of course, that caused great consternation for me. Now, there's 4 divisions, and again, I apologize if you already know this. The general, which is I'm in, then there's the divorce court, DR court, and then there's the juvenile court and probate court. And the plan has had so many different machinations over the past even 12, 13 months. The most recent machination iteration is to move us out and now keep it as a probate court building. Well, the folly with that is, among many other things, is probate court in Greene County hasn't had a jury trial this century, and we don't know of one last century. It's very rare. It's a very odd, unique circumstance for that to surface. Whereas our courthouse has been designed over the years for 3 state-of-the-art jury trial courtrooms. It's got the prosecutor's grand jury room, our magistrate's courtroom, the mediation facilities, our probation department. We're all self-contained. It's got, we employed when I got into office, the Jefferson audiovisual system, which saves hundreds of thousands of dollars in court recording fees because it's automatic. It's not the right word, but I'll use that one. Of recording, and our logistics coordinator has been able to garner many, many grants through the state, I believe federal, over $500,000 just in my terms being there. So when I say it's saving hundreds of thousands, I mean in taxpayers' dollars through grants, et cetera, et cetera. We've been able to employ, and I actually am happy that I was the vanguard of this, what's called easy warrants. And trust me, the police love that. Whereas before that, detectives, even in the most imminent of situations, would have to hunt down a judge. And then it could be 3 in the morning, and have them review the affidavit and sign the search warrant if appropriate. Well, now it can be all done electronically. So if it's a situation, I'll just say aggravated vehicular homicide involving alcohol, suspected alcohol, they can do an easy warrant and electronically get us, because there's statutory regulations as to when that blood has to be drawn. If it's beyond a certain period of time, the proscribed period of time, you can't use that as evidence. So on and on, things have been able to implement, and in large part because of just the location, the majesty of the courthouse itself, and the state-of-the-art facilities that we've all put into it. When I say we, not just me, Judge Wooliver was instrumental in putting the 3rd courtroom in the basement, the jury trial room. We've every year tried to increase our Zoom hearings. You're familiar with that since COVID. And that saves money too. A lot of times you can't because of several reasons, like the 5th Amendment. A lawyer might say, no, my client has a right to be here and see the person, the confrontation clause. And so again, you can't do Zoom for things like that. But it's got its place, and we keep trying to inch more and more, try to save as much money of taxpayers' dollars. So with this notion of moving us, I've yet to find, there's a master plan, you can get it online, Joe's got it, and Joe's very learned on this. He did this as is his occupation in the Marines, the facility master's plan. But if you do read it, I wonder if you won't come away scratching your head, asking what's the purpose of this. I can't find any purpose of it substantively, but the real, I guess, I've used the word obscene, it's not probably the best word, is if you look at the price tag, and if you don't have a handout, I can give you a handout of the price tag, and you focus on number one, because we're the pole position. Moving the general division is phase one, step one. Get us out, boom. And if you see that price tag, it's over $20 million. And there's a couple things I can say about that. One, again, I vehemently believe that it's not necessary. Two, it's contraindicated. It will, I believe, be counterintuitive to the efficacy of the judiciary in Greene County. And three, it's money that could be better served for Greene County citizens, all citizens. You know, the quality of life. There's so many things that $20 million could do. But then the real obscenity is, if you look at number five is what they're going to do after they move me out. Hi, good to see you, Diane. Then they're going to put $2.3 million back into 45 North Detroit Street and renovate it. So that's adding insult to injury, I guess would be the case, because if you did that now, we would go into the 23rd century probably. The ostensible reasons I've heard from those who are behind this are the plan itself, and the company that was commissioned to do the plan tried to argue that we needed more square feet, that it would improve our efficiency, things of that nature. Well, you would think, well, in fact, there's only two people that would know that, the two judges of the general division, and we weren't consulted. There was a survey done online, and out of the 170,000, roughly, citizens of Greene County, 171 responded. Now, I'm not blaming the company that did I'm not blaming necessarily anyone. I'm just saying that that can't be representative of the people's will. You have 170,000 people in a county and only 171 respond. You can't really, I humbly submit that you can't use that as one of your guiding measuring sticks. One of the other reasons I heard that I've been told is that by moving us, excuse me, well, right now, 45 North Detroit Street isn't connected to the new jail. Well, moving us, the plan still won't be connected to the new jail, and it won't save in any significant way any kind of what they call transport costs, because the transport is all the work before and after the transport. The mere driving an extra 3 miles, for example, is de minimis in terms of cost. And we already have holding cells that we've converted, renovated on Greene Street that serve perfectly well. So there's really no sense to it that I can understand. I can tell you that there is a movement, a solid grassroots movement with petitions out called Save the Courthouse, and it's getting traction. Having run my first campaign as a very much grassroots campaign, I learned, if I hadn't already known, grassroots campaigns are like choo-choo trains. They take a long time to start, then they slowly start building up and getting inertia. Sometimes almost like a light switch that it gets a lot of inertia. And this movement is getting inertia. And every judge and magistrate we've asked to sign the petition has signed it, past, present, and future. Now, I always say that like that because you're saying, well, how do I say future judges? Well, that's because the election this year has a cycle involving Greene County Probate Conference judgeship, and there's two in contention for that. Miss Heather Shannon and Mr. Wayne Late. I don't think Heather's with us, but what I'm getting at is both of them signed the Save the Courthouse petition, along with every, like I said, past and present judge we've asked. and all of them are vehemently against it. At the Greene County Central Committee meeting, Republican Central Committee meeting, a couple of 3 weeks ago, former Judge Reed made a motion, and it was, thank you, and it was overwhelmingly voted for and I'm paraphrasing, the language was to the effect that the Republican Central Committee did not support, I don't think they used the word denounce, but maybe the word was opposed, the proposal to move the courthouse. So that's the sum and substance of what my mission is right now, to just try to really get it back to what it was presented to me originally, and that was, this is just aspirational, not in my lifetime. I don't think that planning ahead's a bad problem, but how somehow it got now to the point where I don't know if they're hinging this on the election next November, if in fact the property tax amendment gets on the ballot. I believe that it's not linked, because regardless of the outcome of that, even if it's defeated, I still believe that I personally believe it's a cataclysmic waste of money, and money that could be spent better for the citizens of Greene County. So that's all I have. Sure, thank you. I apologize if I bored everybody. Sure.